The true meaning behind the number 666 and the mark of the beast. Part 1. Introduction. Sowing seeds of mystery. Beneath the flickering glow of candlelight, amidst the hushed whispers of ancient texts, we embark on a journey into one of the Bible's most enigmatic symbols, the number 666 and the mark of the beast. For centuries, these cryptic pronouncements from the book of Revelation have ignited fear, sparked countless theories, and often been misunderstood, reduced to sensationalist prophecies of a distant, terrifying future. But what if the true meaning, profound theological insight embedded within these verses, lies not in a future apocalypse, but in a timeless message, power, allegiance, and the very nature of faith? Join us as we peel back the layers of speculation and fear to uncover the deeper, more resonant truths hidden within these sacred words. We promise to illuminate not just a number, but a mirror reflecting humanity's perpetual struggles and choices. Part 2. The Journey of Deep Discovery. The historical and cultural context, Rome, rebellion, and revelation. To truly grasp the significance of 666 and the mark of the beast, we must first transport ourselves to the tumultuous world of the late 1st century AD, the period in which the book of Revelation was penned by John on the island of Patmos. This was not a time of peace for early Christians. They lived under the iron fist of the Roman Empire, an empire that demanded absolute allegiance to its emperors, often deified as gods. Refusal to participate in emperor worship, to burn incense to Caesar, could lead to severe persecution, imprisonment, and even death. The beast, in this context, was not merely a mythical monster, but a thinly veiled symbol of this oppressive political and economic system. It represented the worldly power that demanded worship and controlled commerce, forcing individuals to choose between loyalty to Caesar and loyalty to Christ. Understanding this backdrop is crucial, for Revelation was not written as a futuristic timetable, but as a message of hope, warning, and encouragement to a suffering community facing imminent threat. It was a call to persevere in faith against overwhelming earthly powers. Decoding the scripture, gematria, and the name of the emperor. Let us now turn our gaze directly to the verses themselves, particularly Revelation 13:16-18. Also it causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or the forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, that is, the name of the beast or the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. The command to calculate the number is our first clue. In ancient Hebrew and Greek cultures, a practice known as gematria was common, where letters of the alphabet also represented numerical values. It was a form of coded communication, understood by those within the know but cryptic to outsiders, especially to the persecuting authority. When we apply gematria to the name Nero Caesar, written in Hebrew, Nron Kusser, the letters indeed sum to 666. Emperor Nero, renowned for his brutal persecution of Christians, including executing Peter and Paul, and famously blaming them for the Great Fire of Rome, was a figure of immense terror. For the early Christian audience, the beast was undeniably Nero, and by extension, the tyrannical Roman Empire itself. The number 666, therefore, was not a future barcode or microchip, but a coded condemnation of their contemporary oppressors. This interpretation gains further strength when we consider the textual variant of 616 found in some early manuscripts, which also calculates to Nero Caesar, if written in Latin. The mark on the right hand or the forehead symbolizes open allegiance, either through actions, hand, or beliefs. Forehead to this oppressive system, essential for participating in its economic and social life, buy or sell. The hidden theological meaning, allegiance, idolatry, and divine sovereignty. Beyond the historical identification, the mark of the beast and the number 166 carry profound theological weight. They speak to the eternal struggle between competing loyalties. The mark is presented in stark contrast to the seal of God, Revelation 7-3, which signifies God's ownership and protection. To receive the mark of the beast meant to compromise one's faith, to offer allegiance to an earthly power rather than to God. This wasn't merely about numerical identification. It was about spiritual identity. The number 666 itself is often interpreted as symbolic of imperfection and humanity's fallen nature. The number 7 in biblical numerology represents completeness, perfection, and divinity. 3 sevens, 777, would signify ultimate divine perfection. Thus, 3 sixes, 666, fall eternally short of perfection, representing humanity's best efforts without God, incomplete, flawed, and ultimately rebellious. It underscores the ultimate futility of human pride and idolatry, which attempts to usurp God's rightful place. The theological message is clear. True discipleship demands undivided allegiance to Christ, even in the face of economic hardship, social ostracization, or mortal danger. It is a powerful reminder that God's sovereignty ultimately triumphs over all earthly powers, no matter how formidable they appear. Controversies and alternative interpretations. From papacy to present day, while the Neronian interpretation is widely accepted among biblical scholars, the centuries have seen a proliferation of other theories, each attempting to fit the number and the mark into their contemporary contexts. During the Reformation, many Protestants identified the Pope or the Roman Catholic Church as the beast, using gematria to prove the number against titles like Vicarius Filii Dei, Vicar of the Son of God. In more recent times, interpretations have shifted towards modern technologies, with theories suggesting the mark could be social security numbers, barcodes, microchips, or even digital currencies. These diverse interpretations highlight humanity's perpetual fascination with apocalyptic prophecy and our innate desire to understand the forces shaping our world. However, many of these modern interpretations miss the historical context and the primary audience for whom Revelation was written. While the themes of allegiance and the temptation of worldly power remain timeless, projecting specific modern technologies onto ancient prophecies often distorts their original intent. The ongoing debate, however, serves a crucial purpose. It reminds us that the struggle against oppressive systems, against idolatry of power and wealth, and for unwavering faith is an eternal one, irrespective of the specific beast that manifests in any given era. Part 3. Conclusion. An everlasting echo. Our journey through the historical landscape and textual intricacies of 666 and the mark of the beast reveals a truth far richer and more profound than mere predictions of a distant future. We have seen how this powerful imagery served as a coded message of defiance and hope to early Christians facing brutal persecution under the Roman Empire, specifically personified by the tyrannical Emperor Nero. The number 666, through gematria, pointed directly to this oppressor, while the mark symbolized the compromising allegiance demanded by the beastly system. Yet, the echo of these ancient words resonates across millennia, speaking to us not of a singular historical event, but of an eternal human dilemma. The mark of the beast, in its essence, represents the temptation to prioritize worldly power, economic security, or societal acceptance over one's deepest convictions and allegiance to the divine. What beasts do we face in our own time that demand our compromise, that seek to mark us with their values and systems? How do we, in our own lives, navigate the tension between worldly demands and spiritual integrity? The true significance of 666 and the mark of the beast lies not in identifying a specific villain, but in provoking profound self-reflection, challenging us to examine where our true loyalties lie, and reminding us that faithful endurance, even in the darkest of times, is the ultimate triumph. The true meaning behind